Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Chakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. This is the brother Lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami. Some articles I wanted to bring out, man. And hey, as scriptures say, measure the time diligently in itself. All right, how do we measure the times? According to the prophecies written in the scriptures. Okay, all right, we look in the Bible. All right, we look out into the world, and hey, we see the correlation clearly. All right, so Lord willing, this video is edifying, man. This is Exhibit A, Elon Musk, Neuralink rival Cycron begins human trials of its brain chip implants that let the wearer control a computer using thought alone. Okay, this was published May 5th, which was yesterday, 2022. All right, so we see clearly, all right, that prophecy is moving towards the M to the Izzo, the T to the Bize. Okay, that Revelation 13, the Marcus Aurelius, um, the Marcus Aurelius, right, and hey, the Charagma. Okay, that's what's going down in the earth, man. So I just want to read a bit from this article and move on to some other articles and headlines that I have, bring out some precepts and close it out. Okay, it says the device. I'm sorry, a device the size of a paperclip will be implemented in 6 patients as part of the trial. The implant enables paralysis patients to control digital devices just by thinking. Cycron is advancing at a much quicker pace than its industrial um, rival, Musk Neuralink. Elon Musk Neuralink rival Cycron has begun human trials of its brain implant that let the wearer control a computer using thought alone. The firm's Stentrode brain implant, about the size of a paperclip, will be implanted in 6 patients in New York and Pittsburgh who have severe paralysis. Okay, Stentrode will let patients control digital devices by thinking and give them back the ability to perform daily tasks, including texting, emailing, and shopping online. Now, how does this correlate with what the scriptures talk about? Okay, well, according to the scriptures, all right, Esau, Edom, okay, all right, Big E, all right, he's coming after the working of Satan, all right, with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. All right, now when Yahushua walked on earth, okay, on the right hand side, Yahushua performed the miracles that allowed people to who were paralyzed and sick, who couldn't move, who were lame, okay, all right, who had mental infirmities and stuff like that. All right, he allowed them to be freed and healed from those types of plagues and illnesses, right? So Esau is going to try to mimic that on the right hand side in order to coax people, okay, to follow after his deceitful ways, man, okay, and of really to end up taking the C to the H to the I to the P. Okay, he's gonna try to butter it up and make it look good. Okay, make it look all miraculous and fancy and all technologically advanced and stuff. Okay, to make people fall for it, man, and take it. All right, so we have Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8 on the screen. It says, "And then shall we? And then shall the wicked be revealed." Okay, which the wicked is being revealed, man. Esau, Edom, all right, is being exposed as being the devil worldwide. Okay, by his actions. Whether you want to talk about legislations, whether you want to talk about how he's treating his own population that are under his rule. Okay, he's making it harder and harder for people to even function in this society, man. Okay, housing prices, rent prices, food prices, gas prices, everything is going up, and it's all by design. Okay, all right, he's trying to control the narrative and criminalize people who go up against the narrative that he's pushing out. So he is being revealed, man. Okay, a lot is coming out about this devil, right? He's pushing the alphabet community on children. Okay, all right, it's and much more. We could really sit all day talking about all the wickedness Esau has done and is being revealed as, man. The Bible calls the Edomites the border of wickedness. Okay, they are the wicked. Okay, all right, especially those of them that are in positions of high power, such as your politicians and your elites. Okay, amongst them. Okay, and it even trickles down to the regular Joe Smo. Okay, all right, but it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth," which the Lord is doing that. All right, this society is being consumed by the word of the prophets, okay, which the Spirit of the Lord is speaking through the prophets, okay, to break down the society, man. That's why the Lord told Jeremiah, you know, I'm with thee, man, and my words are in thy mouth, all right, to root up and to pull down, to pluck up and to build and to plant. And right now we're living in a time where this society is being rooted up and plucked up and broken down. Okay, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. You know, when the prophets have prophesied of peace, when the word of that prophet cometh to pass, then shall it be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. All right, we're not living in a time where the Lord is bringing peace. Clearly, look at what's going on in the world. The Lord is bringing evil. Okay, all right, different types of weather phenomena. All right, famines, whether they be orchestrated by the powers that be, or whether it be, because of so-called natural causes. All right, there are droughts taking place on the earth. All right, people are being displaced, whether it be because of war and famine and scarcity, uproars of the people, and the list keeps going and going and going. All right, it says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So when Yahushua comes back, all right, like it says, as the day star riseth in your heart, all right, he's coming back with brightness, man. And, those nukes gonna be going off, setting things ablaze. All right, and the chariots shall come with fire, and with destruction as a whirlwind, man. Okay, lighting people on fire, lighting populations of people ablaze, man. Okay, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, all right, and this technology, whether it be from Neuralink or whether it be from their rivals, all right, this technology coming out from Esau, Edom is what the scripture's talking about. All power and signs and lying wonders, man. All right, Esau has his miracles on the left hand side. Okay, all right, and let's see let's see some of those words. Power, right? All right, dunamis, okay. Strong's G1411. All right, and it says what? Strength, power, ability, and just going down to the point, it says power for performing miracles. Okay, going back to Second Thessalonians and signs. Let's go to the signs, right? Okay. It says, let's go.
Strong's G 4592. Semayan.
Mm-hmm. It says a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. A sign, prodigy, portent, an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. A sign portending remarkable events soon to happen. Of miracles and wonders by which God authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is God's, right? So basically, Esau is going to try to put himself in the position or seat of God on earth. Okay, he wants everybody going to him and believing in his science and his miracles, right? Okay, let's go down. Okay, it says, and lying wonders, right? Okay, Strong's G 5579.
Strong's G 5579. Pseudos.
Okay, or pseudos, right? This is where you get the term pseudoscience. Okay, a lie, a conscious and intentional falsehood in broad sense, whatever is not what it seems to be, a perverse, impious, deceitful precepts. Okay, all right. So through his pseudoscience, man. Okay, Esau is going to deceive people. All right, and teros. Okay. Let's see.
Strong's G 5059. Teros.
Okay. It says a prodigy or omen or wonder. Okay, so it's a lying wonder, man. This is Esau's pushing it out there like it's gonna be for the good of man and technological advancement, and look at what a breakthrough we did by merging man and machine, right? But really, it's all deceit, man. Okay, He's trying to make people fall in line with what he wants them to do, man, so they could be deceived. Okay? This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10. It says, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, and that they might all be damned, who believe not in the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness, man. So, that's what it is, man. Okay, that's what it is, man. Esau's pushing out all of these lying wonders and signs, all right, to deceive people, man. It's gonna lead them to be destroyed because they don't trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, so they're gonna be deceived and caught out there by Esau, and the Lord's gonna give them over to that delusion, man. Okay, and they're gonna end up being destroyed, man. Okay, and so with that, I want to jump to Revelation because this is what it's all leading to, man. Esau is really buttering this type of technology up because he wants to Charagma everybody, man. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a M to the A to the R to the K in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, all right. Let's go to the word mark. All right. Which the word there is Charagma, Strong's G 5480. Okay. All right. It says a stamp or imprinted mark. Okay. A mark branded upon horses. So Esau's trying to brand you like an animal. Okay. A thing carved. All right. In order to carve something, okay, or cars, you have to basically cut into it. All right. With a sharpened edge. Okay. And that's what Esau is going to do. He's going to want to inject this technology into you. All right. And without it, you won't be able to do commerce and trade. Okay. It says a scratch and etching or etching stamp as a badge of servitude. So if you take it, you're basically pledging your allegiance to Esau Edom and his power structure. Okay. All right. Which is synonymous with the word Karax, Strong's G 5482. Okay. All right. And it says a pale or stake, a palisade. Okay. It says a pale or rampart. Going down, it says to sharpen to a point akin to Strong's G 1125. Okay, through the idea of scratching a stake, by implication a palisade, rampart, or trench. Okay, now a stake, you drive a stake into the ground. Okay, basically, which I'm gonna look up the word palisade first, real quick. Okay, a palisade is a sharpened piece of wood that you would drive into the ground to mark off territory, right? Okay, and a stake, STAKE, right, is a sharpened piece of either metal or wood. Okay, and that's pretty much going into the needle that they're gonna prick you with. Honestly, they're gonna prick it. They're gonna push it into you, and use that to administer the technology that they want into you. Okay, which is the RFID microchip, and without it, okay, you wouldn't be able to buy or sell. Okay, all right. Now the word for 603 score and 6, which is in the next verse, it says, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, right? And the word there is what? Okay, it's KZ stigma. Okay.
Strong's G 5516. Chi, Xi, stigma.
Right, Chi Xi stigma.
Chi, Xi, stigma.
Right. Okay. Now, In the Greek, okay, the word stigma in the Greek, I'm just gonna pull it up. Okay,
Strong's G 4742. Stigma. Stigma.
stigma, right? It says a mark pricked or branded upon the body. Okay, to ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. All right, so this is this is not only a branding for identification. All right, it's also a mark of servitude and a mark of ownership. Okay, and there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their god. So this is also a sign of worship, that you worship the image of the beast, man. Okay, that you are into this society. Okay, all right. And when you go down, it says a Strong's definition: stizo, to stick, prick, a prick mark. A mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership. Okay, scar of service. So basically, by taking it, you're gonna be pricked with the needle, which is gonna push it into your body, and it's gonna be for recognition of ownership, that you belong to basically the powers that be. Okay, and that you go to them for everything. All right, so that's what this is all leading up to, man. You know, this article goes into it further, you know, about the technology and all, you know, the benefits of it. But again, you know, the scriptures tell you about the wicked, man. All right, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay, speaking lies. All right, the wicked are estranged from the womb. Esau, Edom. Okay, they are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. There is a wicked seed on earth, the seed of the wicked. Okay, and they go astray as soon as they be born. They speak lies. All right, from the NLT, these wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. Okay, so this is not for the benefit of humanity. This is to have you as a slave, for you to look at Esau, Edom, like he is your God. Okay, okay, for you to be going to him for everything. All right. Psalm 55 and 21. It says what? It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. Okay, so you can't trust these demons, man. Okay, all right, you cannot trust them, man. They are liars. All right, they try to speak of smooth things, and you know, oh, this is good, great, you know, technology and sophisticated and stuff, right? But really, they have war and deceit in their hearts, man. They want to take advantage of people, man. They want complete and absolute control. Okay. Now moving on to the next article, the next headline. All right, this is from the blogs.worldbank.org. Okay, and it says inflation and rising threat to the poor and vulnerable in Latin America and the Caribbean. Okay, all right. So basically, because of the rise of inflation, okay, or inflation, all right, it's causing a threat to the poor and vulnerable. Okay, which in layman's terms, it's becoming harder for people to survive. Okay, it's becoming hard for people to get food. Okay, and to maintain their basic necessities, man. All right, because their spending power of their currency is going down. All right, and it says Latin America and Caribbean, so that's all Jake, man. Okay, all right, a lot of Northern Kingdom and uh, Benjamin and Levi, man, getting touched. Okay, all right. It says just as Latin America and Caribbean was recovering its pre-pandemic levels of economic activity, a new and worrisome threat has emerged: rising inflation. Okay, and that's from Twitter. Okay, all right. So they was just getting over, the pandemic and the economic uh, effect that it had on on their lives, and now here we have it, rising inflation, man, making things harder. So one step forward and 10 steps back. The region has lived through a dramatic period of setbacks since March 2020, when it started to feel the effects of the pandemic. It hit Latin America and Caribbean harder than any other region in the world. So that's how you know Jake is under the curses, man. Both in terms of per capita deaths and economic contraction. Poverty also rose because of the health crisis. So more people were poor and homeless, man. Okay, a lot of people died. A lot of people lost their jobs. The region managed to recover significantly through 2021 thanks to aggressive vaccine jab rollouts and the expansion of programs to mitigate impacts of the most affected populations. However, rapidly increasing food and fuel prices could deal yet another significant setback to the region's citizens, man. And the scriptures tell you the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. I'm gonna get that in a second, Ezra, man. Okay. Um, the 16th chapter, man. These things are not taking a break, man. All right, things are gonna just keep getting worse and worse, and it's not gonna slow down, man. Okay, this is Second Ezra chapter 16 and 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack." Okay, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her about her womb. Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, man. Slack not a moment. Okay, slack not a moment, man. All right, so it's about to be no breaks taken, man. The Lord is just gonna let it out, man, on the planet Earth. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, man. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall take. I'm sorry, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So the whole earth is gonna be affected. There ain't gonna be nowhere to run. Okay, every aspect and area of life is going to be affected by these dramatic plagues and turmoils and tribulations. Okay, that the Lord is bringing upon the earth, man. All right, people people hurting, man, and it's gonna get worse, man. The Lord is working in the earth, man. Okay, while the Russian invasion of Ukraine has stoked the inflation fires, most countries have been experiencing symptoms of rising prices since last year. Fuel, as measured by world oil prices and international food prices, were rising throughout 2021. So it was already getting bad, as Figure 1 shows. In fact, by the end of 2021, median consumer price inflation in the region had nearly doubled, jumping to 7% from an average of 4% between 2015 and 2019. Inflation has affected countries differently, of course, but all are seeing increases, with the highest rates in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Which Venezuela was getting touched already. They was already going through it, you know. In Latin America and Caribbean, LAC, food and energy were the main contributors to inflation in 2021. They accounted for more than 90% of inflation in Costa Rica, 75% in Paraguay, 66% in Brazil, and almost 60% in Colombia. Empirical analysis confirms that inflation in the region was highly correlated with demand side pressures stemming from expansionary policies, as well as supply chain pressures, right? We've been hearing about that, energy prices, and currency depreciation. Okay, let's look up the word depreciation. Sounds like catching hell. Depreciation is thus the decrease in the value of assets and the method used to reallocate or write down the cost of a tangible asset, such as equipment, over its useful lifespan. Okay, so basically, is the value of the asset is decreasing. Okay, all right, the value of money is decreasing. A reduction and the value of an asset with the passage of time due to particular wear and tear. Okay, so because of all these things going on, man, inflation, war, the pandemic, so on and so forth, right? The currency is being devalued. Okay, inflation is currently projected to increase further in 2022 due mainly to rising commodity prices and global supply distributions. Suriname and Haiti, for example, are expected to experience double digit inflation. Food importing countries will be more quickly affected by further increases in international food prices, man. Man, all right. And you can read the rest of this, man. You know, this could be, hey, man, read the rest of this article, man. It's going down, man. Okay. From the Hellenic Shipping News.com, how Russia's war on Ukraine endangers the global food supply. All right, this article came out to yesterday. Okay, how Russia's war on Ukraine endangers the global food supply. All right, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has caused a ripple effect across the world, worsening the global food prices. Since February 24, the war has caused a disturbance to the world's supply chain by driving up the cost of fuel and creating a scarcity of grain and fertilizer. That's a big problem, man. Okay, people need fertilizer to farm, man. All right, to grow crops. Okay, 2022 is likely to be the worst year for a food. I'm sorry, from a fruit. I'm sorry. 2022 is likely to be the worst year from a food crisis and global hunger and starvation perspective. Dr. Rajiv Shah, president of the Rockefeller Foundation, said in April, more so than any year since World War II. This is the worst it's been since World War II, man. Okay? Pre-conflict, even before the conflict in Ukraine, energy and food prices had increased at the beginning of 2021. This explains David uh, Laborde, a senior research fellow at the International Food Policy Research Institute, was due to three reasons: high demand in places such as China that put pressure on world markets, low production of crops at the beginning of 2021, and the distribution to supply chains due to the pandemic. Oh man, the breadbasket of the world. Millions of people around the world rely on the farmlands in the Black Sea region. Nearly 30% of the world's wheat comes from the fertile fields of Ukraine and Russia, while 75% of essential oils used in cooking and preparing food are also produced there. Therefore, Russia and Ukraine account for 20% of the world's exports of corn, mineral fertilizer, and natural gas, both the components used in the production and cultivation of grains and seeds. Exports of wheat travel across the globe to countries in the Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Ukraine alone is the fifth largest exporter of wheat in the world, having sent 1.22 billion dollars worth of wheat to Egypt, 544 million worth to Indonesia, and 496 million worth to Pakistan in 2020. In Egypt, millions of people rely on government subsidized bread that is made from Ukraine grain. Oh, so they're hurting, man. Okay. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, the head of the country's trade ministry research division said that the rise in the price of noodles, which contain wheat, would hurt lower income people, man. Hey, hey, hey. Wow. Wow. All right. So, again, all of this is according to biblical prophecy. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16. And this is more so concerning the Caribbean and Latin America, man, because that's dealing with Jake, man. Okay. It says, Ezekiel 4 and 16, it says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread, which bread is made of wheat, in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one at another, and consume away for their iniquity, man. Okay? Prophecy. Okay? Hey, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, this is happening to you because of your iniquity, man. All right, you don't want to turn back to the Lord. The Lord has sent out his prophets speaking English, French, Spanish, Creole, Italian, um, Portuguese, okay, speaking Eritrean and Korean and Chinese and Japanese, Latin and Greek, okay, German, right? And you won't listen. You won't listen. Okay, so that's why this is happening to you. All right, because of your iniquity. You want to worship your idols. You want to follow after sexual perversions. You want to do witchcraft. Okay, you want to murder each other. You don't have no brotherly love. Judgment time is here. That's what's going down. Okay, all right. This is Luke. Okay, sorry about that. This is Luke, chapter 21. Okay, verse 25. All right, the return of the Messiah. Right, these are the signs. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You know, oh no, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna, feed our families, man? You know, all this is going on. It's getting hard. That's what this means by the stress of nations and perplexity. That's what that means. All right, catching hell. People don't know what to do. All right, they're giving up hope because they fear, man. Because of fear, seeing things that are going on in the world, don't know what to do, man. They don't got no hope. Okay, so yeah, it's getting real, man. Plenty of things are happening in the earth, man. Okay, all right. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled," man. So judgment time is here, man. Okay? It's here. We are here, man. It's only gonna get worse, man. All right. By the end of this year, going into next year, maybe even sooner than that, into the summer and fall, man. You know, we're gonna see major things take place on the earth, man, and major things are already happening. Okay, prophecy is hitting the fever pitch. Okay, all right, we're reaching the flashpoint event or events. Okay, the Great Black Swan events. Okay, all right, woe, verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be destroyed. The city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. Okay? So it's going to get so bad that people are just going to start rioting. They're going to go up against their government, man. All right, it's going to be curfews and lockdowns to keep the people corralled, okay, and subdued, okay, to pacify them, man, to keep them from going crazy, man. And eventually people are going to start breaking into each other's houses, man, for food and water and for their daily necessities, man. Because me hungry, me take drastic measures. Okay, that's why. All right. Okay. Second Ezra chapter 16. Verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The powers being what? The powers that be, the governments, okay, these different institutions that help uphold society. They shall stand in fear. The politicians, what are we going to do? The beginning of evils, and what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendments, man. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Which we saw that a couple years ago with the stimulus check and the PPP loans, and all of these programs to help people get through the pandemic, right? And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, man. And the dead shall be cast out as the dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Okay, so it's going to get bad. It's going to get real bad, man. Okay, but anyway, hey, just wanted to report the news, because that's where we're at this point, man. We're just reporting We're just reading articles and reporting the news and reading, just going into the Bible and showing, hey, see, the prophet said it, the Lord told us. So, Lord, when this video was edifying, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakudash, the honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, Kwam Yasharal and the Bad Babal Shalom.